All right, man, Kombat Konvo, you know what it is, man.
Yeah.
We back at it with another special guest. You know what I'm saying?
We got Boombaye, suplex assassin, Alex Kane. What's goody, brother?
Man, I just got done cleaning my gear. Getting ready for this show this weekend, MLW Super Fight against DBS, David Boy Smith Jr. And I plan on beating his ass and coming on top.
Here we go.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
you can start out.
Yeah, we was just talking about that. I was just telling my peoples, you know what I mean, that you fight Davey Boy Smith Jr., British Bulldog's son. I was like, that's epic, man, because I remember seeing British Bulldog back when he was in his WWE times with his tag team partner, and they were doing work over there. So that must be epic for you, you know what I mean, to find somebody, you know what I mean, of that prestige and that lineage, you know what I'm saying? So I know you gonna come in there with a chip on your shoulder, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, most definitely. It was dope for me, one, because he's Davey Boy Smith's son, and then also like growing up, like, I would see him on TV on WWE. So to be in the ring with him is just dope for me. But it's also like not just like I don't want it to come across as like oh he's in the ring with Davey Boy Smith Jr. No, it's Davey Boy Smith Jr. versus Alex Kane. Like this is not just about you. This is about both of us. Like I came here to play. Like I am either a guy or the guy in MLW. And I'm about to show you why.
Yeah, man. So I guess we could get into it. Just got a couple of questions to ask you, man. One question is for me, what inspired you to get into this wrestling world, and how did you actually get into wrestling?
Man, I've told the story, but I haven't told it like in its full. So initially, I saw it was a VHS tape, and it was Stone Cold's Demolition. I got it in a garage sale. I knew some about wrestling, but I didn't know a lot because I didn't really watch it like week to week on TV. And at the time, I didn't know who Stone Cold was. And the guy that sold me the VHS, he was telling about Stone Cold, like he beats the shit out of his boss, he drinks beer, he curses, all sorts of stuff. As a little kid, like, oh yeah, an adult who curses, yes, let's go. So I bought it. I came home. I popped it in the VHS player, and I started watching it. And I just kind of got glued to the TV screen. I'm like, yo, this is dope. Like, it had all the pyrotechnics or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, the stuff looked cool. And then, like, the action was just crazy, but it was like, it wasn't just like matches. It was like, the storytelling aspect of it. It was him and Kane. It was like the build up to their match, their first blood match. So, like, I was I got into it wasn't backyard wrestling because we did it in the front yard. But this was like toward like the the Ruthless Aggression era or whatever. Like I caught wind of Shelton Benjamin, I caught wind of Randy Orton, Batista, Triple H, all them, Evolution, all that stuff. So I would like with my friends, I'd be in the front yard, we'd be out here fighting, trying to like make up stories. We had the entrance music, we had the little title belts like we were having at the time. And then it moved to, the action figures. And then like I kind of got away from wrestling so much, like not like stop watching wrestling, but like the in-ring stuff didn't like super like interest me that much. It was more like the stages and the sets and the pyrotechnics and stuff like that. Because like I would. Like my parents couldn't buy the pay-per-views or whatever, or maybe they could. They just didn't want to buy me the pay-per-views. So like, and I only wanted to watch to see what the set looked like that night. Yeah. So like, I would go the day after and go on Yahoo and be like, Judgment Day or whatever, like just see what the set looked like. And then I was watching. It was Taker versus Jeff Hardy for the Undisputed Championship. I was watching with my dad, and I saw Jeff Hardy come out. And Jeff Hardy was being Jeff Hardy, cool as shit. I think he had like the glow in the dark paint on. I think he had it on that night. I think so. I'll go back and watch it. But like, I look back at my dad. I'm like, that's what I'm gonna do one day. And like, he was like really, really encouraging. And like, I just kind of like stuck with that. And I tell anybody that would listen, like when I was in like elementary school and high school, like I'm gonna be a professional wrestler one day. When I went to college, I kind of got off of it because I was like, I'm gonna be the best amateur wrestler ever to ever exist or whatever, and that didn't happen. But I'm still like a pretty good amateur wrestler. Collegiate wrestler at that point. But like, I kind of got burnt out on college and sports, so I was like, I think I was like 24, 25. I was like, well, look, I can just work a regular job for the rest of my life and be unhappy, or I can just go give this pro wrestling thing a shot. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to be amazing. I don't know if I'm going to be great at it, but I'm going to give it a shot. And like, if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And if it doesn't work out, like, nobody can take that away from me. Yeah. Like, nobody can say, oh, I didn't go to try to follow a dream. So I had went to the WWE 4, which is the school I ended up training at, but they do a Thursday night show every week. It's like a student showcase. And I went to a show. I went to 2 shows. One show just to kind of see what it was like. I think I saw like Alan Angels versus student Mike Cross. And like I think Ike or Alan threw a strike, and I heard that fucking like that sound that we now know is like a leg slap. Yeah. At the time, it would sound like a gunshot. And I'm like, what the fuck? How did he do that? Yeah. How did he do that? And then the second time I went, I got to talk to Fox a little bit, not a lot because he was busy. But I was like, you know what? And also that second night, somebody had a graduation match. Like all the students came out, they were surrounding the ring, they were hyping everything up, and it was just like a real like family-like environment. It was really, really dope, and that's what sold me on the school. So the following week, I came back. I actually got to sit down and talk to Fox. I paid my money. I paid in installments. That's important. And then like I was in the ring that first day. We did like rolls and stuff, and like Fox didn't waste any of my time. Like it was like, okay, we're gonna teach you this, and this, or whatever. And like within like 6 months, I had that first match against Fox. That was a nervous wreck that day.
Hey, that's pretty
interesting. He threw everything and the kitchen sink at me. Everything and the kitchen sink. He was not playing games.
Yeah, son.
Yeah. So one of my questions that I wanted to ask you was basically concerning like promotions. Now, promotion. That doesn't have to be any promotion in particular. It's just your choice. So what I was going to ask you is, what promotions would you like to work for if you had the opportunity? Let's just say like MLW had a business venture with New Japan, you know what I'm saying? So you wanted to go out to New Japan and work for New Japan, or they had a business venture with TNA. So what promotions strike your interest the most, and where do you see yourself in the near future? You know what I'm saying? If it's going beyond MLW.
Going beyond MLW, I really like. I would like to wrestle. I would like to do pro wrestling. I would like to go to New Japan. I'd like to do some more work in in Europe. So I think definitely, and also I'd like to wrestle in Dragon Gate. I'm still waiting, I'm waiting to get my fucking my call or my match or whatever to go over there and wrestle for Dragon Gate. Because we've had a few guys come over from Dragon Gate from W. So Noah, New Japan, and Dragon Gate would definitely be like near future stuff. And then as far as promotions, like when I eventually leave MLW, really truly and honestly, it could be Japan, it could be AEW, it could be WWE. It doesn't. That really doesn't really matter to me that much. As long as they pay me well, and I'm not just on the shelf or whatever collecting dust. I'm actually getting to wrestle and to express that creativity. So whoever's got the best ideas and the most money, that's where I want to go.
No doubt.
All right. So if you had a chance, right, out of all history, to pick a manager from any wrestling organization, who would it be?
It would either be Heenan or Paul Heyman. Probably more Paul Heyman. Actually, no. I have three. It would be either Bobby Heenan, Paul Heyman, or Stokely.
Yeah.
It'd be one of those three. But probably more Stokely, because then I could bring him in and do my Fight Club, and we could just keep it black as fuck.
That's some pretty good picks there. I don't know.
Who would you pick?
For you?
No, well, for me and then for you.
For me, Mouth of the South. I like Jimmy Hart. I thought he was pretty good. I liked what's her name? Sherry.
Sensational Sherry?
Yeah, I like Sensational Sherry. I like Slick.
Yeah. Slick was actually pretty fun.
Of all time, to me, best manager of all time, I have to go with Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer?
Yeah. He did Undertaker, amazing run. Amazing. I don't think Paul Bearer, I think Paul Bearer did trade on Undertaker one time. I think he did. But they had an amazing run together. So
and who would you pick for me?
For you, I like Bobby Heenan.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bobby Brain is great. I like for some reason, I don't know, man. I would probably pick Miss Elizabeth, man.
Miss Elizabeth?
Yeah. I think Miss Elizabeth, I think she won't outshine you. You know what I'm saying? Just a good looking woman on your side. I think she's good. It's a bunch of other ones too that I actually like. Fuji. Yeah, Fuji's dope. I like Fuji. So that's how I'll probably pick. But Slick probably would be my number one pick for you, though. I think Slick.
See, keeping it black as fuck.
Yeah, I think Slick. I think Slick would have been good for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. So, did you know that you were ranked on the PW Insider?
The PW Insider?
Yeah.
Or
Pro Wrestling Insider.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, first off, before I get into your ranking, how many years have you had in wrestling so far?
I'm on year 4 right now. I'm going into year 5.
So you do know how great this ranking is for you to have when I tell you, and I'm only saying that is because there's people that have done 10 years and they can't even get ranked in the PW Insider. So for you to be getting ready to be in year 5 and you're already ranked, that's amazing, because when I looked it up and seen it, I was like, oh snap! he has a ranking, and it's pretty up there. You know what I'm saying? For
We're talking about the Pro Wrestling 500.
I believe it's Pro Wrestling 500, but it said when I looked it up, it said Pro Wrestling Insider. So I don't know if I don't know if the.
Oh no, okay. Then it's I guess Insider and Illustrator are different. So I know I'm ranked in Illustrator.
Well, so what does it say in Illustrator?
Illustrator, I'm like 86.
Okay, so it's the same thing. Yep, it's the same things. Maybe I got the names mixed up. So it's the same thing. That's dope. When I seen that,
you know what's actually crazier? What's actually crazier is the previous year I was at 414. I was at 414 the previous year, and I jumped all the way to 86.
That's what I'm saying.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
that blew my mind. I don't know if it is the longest jump or not, but it's that's pretty nuts. Because I didn't think I was going to be ranked.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like I've seen a lot of great athletes, period, hands down, you know what I'm saying, can wrestle like from pillar to post, and I'll never see them get ranked. And I looked on there and see yours. I was like, yo, that's amazing. And I didn't even know, from you just telling me that, I didn't even know you was at 4 something, you know what I mean, the previous year. So for you to jump from 4 to 86, that's amazing. So just imagine the year that you're going to have this year and what you could be ranked by the end of the year. You could be at number 1. It could be at number 1. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
I definitely think with like the amount the opponents that I know I'm gonna have, and the stories that are happening, I could definitely be ranked pretty high. You know, this next time around. I think the thing that people don't understand about PWI is it's not saying like even I know this. Like it was cool to be on there, but I like anytime these lists come out, people get in their feelings, and people are mad or angry. But it's like it's not saying that I'm number 86. I was number 86 in the world for this period. Like I had a really good period, whatever the evaluation period was. It's not saying that. Like, I'm the greatest wrestler. I'm number 86, the greatest number 86 wrestler in the world forever. Like it's like somebody else can have that. Somebody else can take that spot next year.
Right.
Hopefully I'm retired. But somebody else can take that spot next year. It's for an evaluation. Right. It's not saying, it's not saying if you're not ranked that you suck.
No, it doesn't.
Like that. It's just like the work that you did wasn't like it was big to you, but in the grand scheme of what wrestling is, it wasn't that fucking big or whatever. So this next evaluation period, you got to do some big shit. You got to go off. You got to pop off so you can get ranked. Yeah. But like it didn't make my pocket. It didn't make my wallet any bigger. It didn't give me any endorsement deals. It didn't make me any money. It was just it's something cool that nobody can take from me. It's a cool accomplishment. Yeah. That's how I see it.
You got a question you want me to ask?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So this question is gonna come out of left field. Are you into Marvel and DC?
I am.
Okay. All right. So, including yourself, give me 5 wrestlers and 5 Marvel or DC characters that would play that character.
Okay. So easy for me. Not this question is easy, but the first one's easy. Like Roman Reigns would definitely be Thanos.
Thanos, really? That's
yeah. Roman Reigns. I mean, really, to be completely honest, in wrestling right now, there aren't many characters that are, like there aren't many bad guys in wrestling that are actual fucking bad guys or whatever. There's some people that are like heels or whatever. Yeah. But like there aren't many bad guys because bad guys have a certain charisma about them. Where like some people definitely don't like some of them, but other people can like understand why the wheels are turning or whatever. And the work that Roman Reigns has done up until this point, he really is a super villain. I feel like he's definitely Thanos right now. He's Thanos right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so 4 others.
Could be anybody.
Bobby is Luke Cage.
Okay.
Just because that
Bobby
makes
Lashley.
sense.
Okay.
Bobby Lashley is Luke Cage.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got Superman. You got Batman. You got. You got Wolverine. You got the Hulk. You got
Wolverine.
Wonder Woman.
Who's intense enough to be Wolverine?
It could be from the past too. It don't have to be somebody that's actually living. Of course, I would say, what I would say would be Wolverine. They used to call him Wolverine.
But that's easy. We can't talk about it.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Kristen was Wolverine. Because I can't think of anybody else. I mean, maybe Dynamite Kid.
Yeah.
Maybe Dynamite Kid, because that's where Kristen Moore got his sauce from.
Yeah.
Two more.
I don't mean to make you think so hard.
No, it's fine.
Well, who would you be? That's one out the way.
Me? Who would I be?
Yeah, that's one out the way.
Man, I know a lot of people probably say like T'Challa, but I don't think of Black Panther. I would be.
You could be the Black Green Lantern.
I could be that.
Yeah. John Stewart.
Who else is strong?
You also can be the Black Superman.
I'll take Black Superman.
Yeah, Kala.
Batman. Batman's an op. You know what? Who is Batman? Who is Batman? Chris Jericho's Batman.
That's a good one. Yeah, I like Chris Jericho being Batman. I like it. Actually, I would think. I know that sounds kind of weird, but I think the old Triple H to me would be Batman. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? You ain't wrong. Because even old Triple H was definitely an op. As a kid, I hated that man.
Yeah.
I wanted to put the boots to him, man.
Yeah, you got. It's a lot of people, man. Look, I got good. I got some other questions.
So, all right, so we just talked about Marvel and DC. So I wanted to get into some hip hop. So, out of anybody in hip hop that you like, who do you think could basically cut a great promo in hip hop for wrestling?
There's a lot. But who would cut the best one? Why are y'all making me think so?
It's an easy one for me. It's about three. I could name three right now.
I can name a bunch right now. Yeah, for real.
Off the top, boy. Three. You want me to start you out? I'll give you one.
I think either Nas, Kendrick Lamar, or fucking Flocka would be cool too, though. Flocka would be an exciting promo, I think. Key Glock would be a fun one. I'm gonna go Key Glock. I think he gets to cut up a pretty good damn promo. I fuck with mostly all of his music.
I'm the number one guy for a promo for wrestling is 50 Cent.
50, of course.
Yeah, okay.
100%.
He's a cool wrestling character, honestly.
Yes, and that too.
Yeah, he's a cool wrestling character.
I think 50 Cent. I think Rick Ross would be a great what's the name for cut a promo.
But it's funny you say that. Because Rick Ross does have something going on with AEW right now.
Really?
Yeah. And,
AEW right now.
Yep, him and Shane Strickland.
Oh yeah, I did see. He had promoted some dudes that was in the WWE before.
Yeah.
I've seen that. I actually seen that match.
But it's nothing on the magnitude of what he's doing now because he's actually working alongside AEW right now. And he's doing the Mogul Affiliates with Shane Strickland. Yeah. And it's like it's pretty interesting so far. I'm not going to say anything too much just yet because I have not seen enough to really see how it unfolds as far as what they're going to be doing with this faction. But I definitely know as far as what he's doing in there was pretty dope because that one promo he cut at the end of Dynamite when he was in the parking lot had me in tears. Like, this dude is funny as hell. I was cracking up, man.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah.
I didn't know it's crazy because I seen a video of Rick Ross. He said some wild stuff, and I said, yeah, he'll make a good promo for wrestling.
They were trying to get mad. They were mad at Rick Ross because he had said something on like national television about Keith Lee, like, you a big motherfucker. And it's just like, I really need these like TV execs to like I understand that y'all trying to market shit and make money and stuff, but like sometimes y'all gotta let people just be people and just talk like people talk. Because like real life people, if we passionate about something, a curse word gonna fly. We probably not, we don't want to say a curse word every minute, but a curse word is going to fly.
Yeah,
some crazy
true.
going to fly. Like a couple talk.
Yeah,
Into that realm of like trying to control. As long as what they say isn't like hateful or anything like that, or like anti somebody or something like that, like they should be fine. Because like a lot like as far as like when they do like mic'd up for like NFL game, you hear the just the trash that they talk to each other. Like that's exciting. That's what wrestling.
Yeah.
They should put. They need to put like I mean yeah, you're gonna hear people call like a mic in the ring. Like sometimes like when I'm talking shit to my opponent, like you can't. Some people like the first row can hear what I'm saying, but like not everybody can. Which everybody.
Thing is, like, I get what you're saying, and you in the game, so you know exactly what it is. We living in a soft time. I don't even want to get into that, but that's probably the reason why. Because everybody's trying to cancel everybody. Everybody's trying to, like, if you say something, and even if you say it in ring, and we might be excited us here, but it's gonna be some person over there. Oh my God, I can't believe they said that, and it's just gonna ruin everything. You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of people don't understand. It's what is the context of which this is being said.
Exactly.
That's where people mess up. Everybody wants to, dogpile on people, and wants to hold people accountable. And then sometimes people are being held accountable. Sometimes people say wild stuff, and they should be held accountable for that. But context also plays a role, and then also like. Okay, they said this crazy wild thing or whatever. They said some words or whatever. If it was something hateful, you allow them to change the person, and then if they actually do change the person, then you let them have their little road to fucking redemption.
Yeah,
and then you let them back in. But like people will cancel a person, which you really can't cancel anybody, but they'll cancel a person or whatever, and then like never and like. Not give them that room for growth and to become a better person.
That makes a lot of sense. I always say that when it comes to video, you have to provide context. There's always a beginning and there's always an ending. And most people they jump to the good parts. It's like watching a movie, and you've seen the movie already. You just want to jump to the good part. And it's like, well, why did the guy do that? It doesn't matter why he did it. He did it. And it's like, no, it does matter why he did it, because he could have did it because of this. And I think that's what, especially in our community, we're lacking the compassion to understand that there is more to the story, because we've been trained to just think one way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is it. This is it.
Yeah.
And that goes for everything. That goes from police down to the regular person. You know what I'm saying? That's just how they bred us. You know what I'm saying? Us bred us. Well, you point the finger at this person and that's it. Like, you don't care why he did it. And context matters. Context to me is 100% of everything when it comes to
and it plays a huge role in wrestling. Like so many. I always say like a lot of people are villains for no reason.
Yeah.
For no reason. The promoter said you're a heel tonight. But why are you a heel? What led you to become a bad guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Or what led you to become a good guy? Like, that's missing in wrestling. People need context in wrestling. It can't just be, this guy's a good guy because, he high fives kids and kisses babies, and then this guy's a bad guy because he's mad this guy high fives kids and kisses babies. Like, that's boring.
Yeah.
And that's why I was trying to say, like, earlier, like, Roman Reigns, like, he really feels like a comic book, like, superhero type villain. It's not like, he's just bad to be bad. Like, they're literally out there making a movie in front of our eyes. Yeah. And right now people won't appreciate it, but in like 10, 15 years, people will look back and be like, yo, that shit was fucking nuts.
Yeah. It's funny you say that, right? We working on something, and I wanted to ask you on right now. So we're doing actually a audio like a documentary about wrestling, and I'm gonna call it the unsung underdogs. You know what I'm saying? And I want to talk to people who are in wrestling who worked their ass off and where you got to where you were at in 5 years, but your experience. And it's like I want to do like an in-depth interview and have you have a segment in the documentary. So to be like, we come to you, we sit you down, you talk about it, we play some of your highlights and some of this, and you tell us what it was, your experiences from good to bad. You know what I'm saying? And just an open book. And it's not just you, it's going to be a bunch of other people on this documentary, you know what I'm saying, that we trying to work on. Is, you know what I'm saying, unsung underdog. So like basically giving your version of what wrestling is, because a lot of times you on the ground, you boots on the ground, you know exactly what's going on in the industry. We're just outsiders and we're just trying to figure it out. The fans are just outsiders, but you know the locker room talk, and you know the slap on the leg, you know all that. A lot of times, like, most people didn't even know that they actually, still to this day, they still don't know that they actually did. Or they poke themselves with something under the ring and the blood comes down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not to say that I'm not taking nothing away from wrestling, because I think wrestling is a very brutal sport. I've seen athletes died in the ring. So it's not like, oh, this is fake. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually real. It's choreographed to be as real as possible, but it does happen.
Man,
it does get hit. You know what I mean?
I can't wait to the day to where wrestlers and wrestling fans aren't fighting with other people or fighting each other about real and all this other shit or whatever. Like we watch movies and we know Iron Man isn't real.
Yeah.
Iron Man doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Fucking T'Challa doesn't exist. Wakanda doesn't exist.
Not no more, though.
Not no more.
Of course, they got rid of him.
Yeah, they got rid of him.
Oh
they did find something that was kind of like vibranium in the Democratic of Congo. But Superman is real. But it doesn't matter whether these things are real or not. You're still invested in these things.
Exactly.
Professional wrestling is about investing in stories.
Yes.
You know, like when I go back and watch like Dusty Rhodes, like some of his matches, I'm not like, oh, this is a real fight. Like, no, these motherfuckers, these dudes are entertaining, but this shit is it's kind of corny. It's kind of corny. It's kind of whatever, but it's still entertaining.
Yeah.
Like that's that. Matches like that and stuff like that, content like that was selling out arenas.
Yeah.
Like I know WWE likes to paint like independent wrestling and territory wrestling as like wrestling in bingo halls, but it's not that. I mean, there are shows that are like that, but most of the bigger shows, they're selling out fucking. They're not selling out stadiums. They're not selling out,
But there's always, the thing is,
they're
like,
selling out big venues.
Yeah, you absolutely right. I think I said, here's the thing, like, maybe I think some of the fans believe that I don't really think that WWE really feels that way. I don't, from me personally.
No, they just said it. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Yeah.
They said it.
Then I guess you're right. But I'm saying, as far as that goes, there's always an NFL, there's always an NBA. So we all strive to get to where we need to be. Now, doesn't mean that you have to go to WWE, because I think there's a couple of wrestlers that never went there and they were extremely popular to this day. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really matter. It's just how good you are and which storyline you really trying to fit. I understand. I agree with you 100%.
But back to what I was trying to say. It's like wrestling's fucking brutal. It's hard as shit. Like I was thinking about today. Like the hardest thing about wrestling is falling all the damn time or whatever. Because we'll fall and we'll get right back up. But and then it looks like, oh yeah, this shit's not hard. This shit's easy. But no, I feel that shit the next day.
I'm sure you do.
God dang, man, I'm sore as crap. But when you're in the ring, you have so much adrenaline pumping through your body that you're not even thinking about.
Yeah.
But wrestling is extremely difficult. But I would like for us to get away from trying to fight with the world about it being real sport, because it's not real sport. It's simulated combat.
Mm-hmm.
It's simulated combat. That's what it is, simulated combat. And it's the most entertaining combat, I think, on the fucking planet. UFC's got their shit, fucking, the slap things got their thing or whatever. All these other sports have their thing. But all these other sports that are just so real, even amateur wrestling, like freestyle, Greco, all these guys come to WWE. They want to be WWE superstars. They want to be professional wrestlers, because professional wrestling is the coolest, most unique thing on the planet. You're not getting this. You're not getting this anywhere else.
From every organization, someone jumped into wrestling.
Yes, every organization. You got rappers wanting to be in it. Everybody wants to be. As far as wrestling goes, they want to do something with WWE or whatever. Yeah. It's entertaining. It doesn't have to be the UFC, because if it was the UFC, it wouldn't be as exciting.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be as exciting. You can't tell stories with the UFC, because a fight can be over in 2 seconds.
Yeah. He's like, Floyd Mayweather was in the WWE. I think Ali was in the WWE at one point.
And I want people to realize how great wrestling is, and just let wrestling be wrestling. I don't want it to be like freestyle wrestling. That shit's cool, but it's not as entertaining as this spectacle that is professional wrestling. So
hey man, listen, you know what it is. You got some.
What's that? Shawn Michaels. I got one more thing to say. Yeah. I'm sorry that I'm rambling.
It's all right.
When Shawn Michaels does a fucking super kick, do you think that this shit sounds like a gunshot because he has this powerful shoe? No, nigga, he slaps the fuck out of his fucking leg. Yeah. And then the material that he uses, that he makes, has the gear made out of, that adds to it. And you can see, if you go back and watch, you can see this shit. Or whatever. Now you can go see that shit. Yeah. But when you're watching it initially, you don't give a fuck. It's just cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. But one more thing before you go. Dusty Rhodes had the best elbow drop.
Most definitely.
Yeah, most definitely.
Bionic elbow.
Oh my god, bro! I love this. I love when he elbow drop people, bro. It's so flawless, flawless.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hey, so I got 2 questions. So my first question is, have you had a receipt given to you, or have you given a receipt? Because I've seen receipts in recent memory, and they could be pretty devastating, especially in the last 2 shows I've watched. Being in WWE, I've seen a receipt done, and you kind of know it's a receipt because of the simple fact it doesn't go into sequence of the wrestling match. You kind of see it. It's kind of off whack. Like when Brock Lesnar, he stole the crack out of Braun Strowman. Boom! You was like, whoa! And Strowman just stumbled, and then what's his face? And then when Nia Jax and Charlotte Flair got into that little debacle for a few minutes, and then in recent between Kevin Owens and Roman. You know what I'm saying? Those could be pretty devastating. Like, has it ever been in a match with you and whoever that you might have like made a mistake or they made a mistake and then you kind of got frustrated, like, yo, we went over this like 1,000 times and then you did this, like I gotta get my lick back. Like, has that ever been a point or
No. One, I don't think anybody's stupid enough to try me like that. Two, I mean, like, I always tell people before, like, if you're gonna hit me, fucking hit me. Like, if you do hit me too hard, like, or yeah, if it's unnecessary, if you're hitting me unnecessarily hard, like, I'll let you know. Like, I've only had like one, I guess, like, kind of receipt. It was in Germany. Against a student named Peter Tihani. And like, he smoked me on a kick, and I'm just like, okay. All right, let's smoke this forward. So he was fighting back in the corner or whatever. He kind of like pushed me off. I think he chopped me. And like, I don't mind chops. Chops are what they are. I throw them sometimes or whatever. But like, it's one of those real, very, very real like things or whatever that, like, getting slapped whether in the chest or in the face, like, that turns a certain part of you on. So I smoked him with the fucking forearm. It is my favorite little shot. Like, I did it hard enough where he felt it or whatever. Because the way that he took it was crazy. But not like so much like, oh, okay, I'm gonna hurt you or whatever. But like,
yeah, because
I'm not the one.
Yeah, because like that's kind of like one of the things that kind of like always worried me because like went for professional wrestling training before when I was, you know what I mean, years ago. And one of my fears was the receipts. Like, if I make a mistake, is he going to think I did it on purpose? Or if he makes a mistake on me, how am I going to respond? And just, certain things like that.
Most guys aren't like that or whatever. They're not going to give you some receipt or whatever. Like, it's a thing kind of in the South because dudes have these weird egos. And especially some dudes that have literally never done anything but wrestle in their, little town or whatever, which is cool or whatever, but I need you to quit acting like a superstar because you're not that. But like, guys like that, they're like, oh, you did something wrong in the match, I'm going to give you a receipt. Like, chill. It's like, because they're the same dudes that, oh yeah, we gotta make it look like this, and this. Okay, like, if a mistake happens and it's like not in the flow of things, then it looks even more real than us having this super crisp, planned out spot or whatever where we're trying to have a fight. Like, chill.
Yeah.
But yeah, the receipt. I mean, honestly, the receipt. Like, if somebody like if somebody does something deliberately, then yeah, let them know that you're not a bitch. But like, if a mistake happens, like, chill out. It's a performance, dog.
Yeah.
As long as nobody gets hurt, it's a fucking performance.
And my other question was, okay, so getting back into hip hop, are you a fan of battle rap?
I am. I mean, I don't watch it like super closely. Like, I'll see like clips and stuff come up on my TikTok or whatever, and the majority of the stuff that comes up on TikTok is like a battle rapper saying something, and then it's like wrestling related. So I love stuff like that. Like, my older brother's like heavily into battle rap, whatever. But like myself, I'm not like super heavy into it. Like, I'm not going out seeking out watching battle rap and shit like that. Sometimes I'll fall into a rabbit hole. But yeah, I enjoy it though. I think that's what wrestling promos should be.
Mm-hmm. So all right. So my question is, right? Okay. All right. So let me ask you this: who in battle rap do you know, like as far as like, URL or KOTD or GTX, like, who do you know in battle rap, like, off the top?
I don't really know too many names or anything like that. Like, again, I don't follow it that closely. There was one guy that I actually reposted on Twitter. I can't remember his name right now. It's Daniel something.
Danny Myers?
I
Got
think
a bald head. He got a bald head.
No. He actually, the dude I'm talking about, it may not be Daniel, but he looks like Mark Henry in a sense.
I think we know who it's.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And in the clip that I posted or whatever, I can't remember exactly what he said, but like he had the singlet on or whatever.
I think seen that.
Something like
that was in a battle league called iBattle.
Yeah,
iBattle. That shit was fucking nuts. But just like stuff like that is really cool to me. But like as far as people's names and stuff, I don't really know.
Yeah, the only reason why I asked that is because like I always looked at certain battle rappers that they could. I know for a fact they could probably transition into wrestling, like going back into the promos. Like we talked about the mainstream rappers that could cut a promo. But I know the battle rappers, they wouldn't have no problem being able to cut into the promos of professional wrestling because, you know what I'm saying, their whole mystique is a promo. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they live for, is those moments where they can make everybody say, oh, you know what I'm saying? That's what they live for. Like, off the top of my head, I know Arsenal could probably cut a great promo because he's disrespectful. Yeah, he's disrespectful as heck. Then you talk about somebody like Loaded Lux. Loaded Lux definitely could cut a great promo. Murder Mook, John the Don. You know what I'm saying? People like that, I believe, like, if they was put into that element of pro wrestling, I almost 100% guarantee they could fulfill as far as promo on mic skills, just off the simple fact of the battle rap mentality. So that's why.
I think it would definitely be cool. You know, in the right circumstance, in the right, you know, company, or like in front of the right people that like kind of like understand battle rap. But I feel like for it wouldn't, like if it was like WWE, like it probably wouldn't go over super well because like I feel like a lot of those fans aren't like immersed in, you know, stuff like that. It would be like, oh, okay.
WWE has done it though, but I don't feel like the fans.
Even like the little like the thing that what was the New Day and the Usos, like that was cool. Mm-hmm. Like if they did more of that or whatever, if they may become accustomed to it, like a actual battle rapper doing that may be too much. Because it couldn't be PG, because then it wouldn't be as exciting. And there would have to be like that leeway for gun bars, because even though some of them do it a little bit too much, but then others do like just enough good bit and it's good, but they're always exciting. But I don't think
House of Glory did it with DNA. He actually did it. He was in there with I believe Bret Hart was in the ring with it. And it was DNA, and he was actually battling a wrestler who actually raps and battle raps on the side, I believe, and they were in the ring going tit for tat, and DNA had some bars. I actually got a clip of it on the TikTok. You could take a look at it, and he was going in. It was pretty dope. It's funny he mentioned the Montreal Food Drive and some other stuff.
But yeah, it's again that's the context of what House of Glory, like the vibe of House of Glory, like it would definitely, it works there every time. Right. But like if you went to let's say like Limitless Wrestling, like would a battle rap get over? Probably not.
Yeah. I got one more question for you. What is your favorite TV series? Or actually, two questions. What is your favorite TV series, and what do you think is the greatest TV series?
The greatest TV series is probably Living in Color.
In Living Color?
In Living Color, yeah.
Okay.
And then my favorite...
Y'all think that's the greatest TV show?
Yes.
You guys are wild boys right now.
Well, you don't like
Y'all
them?
some wild boys.
Um,
Wait, I thought you were like your favorite, but the greatest?
no,
Y'all some wild.
greatest.
Chappelle show?
Greatest.
Ah, y'all some wild.
Chappelle show is controversial.
What I mean, like, what I mean by, I'm talking like Game of Thrones to Breaking Bad. I'm talking about everything. That's what I'm going.
Oh, okay. Greatest TV show.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Monday Night Raw. There you go.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. That's a good one. I like that.
My favorite TV series, like cartoon series, or just like
anything that you could come up with. It don't have to be. It could be anything. If you want to say in living color, that's fine. I was just saying. I was just joking around.
I think my favorite right now is this show called Will Trent. It's on Will Trent. It's on Hulu right now. It's about this like GBI investigator who, it's like backstory ish. Like he kind of like ratted out. Actually, he did his job because these cops were doing some like really shady shit or whatever, and he brought that shit to light. So now like all the cops fucking hate him, but he ends up getting saddled with a kind of up and coming cop or whatever, like investigator, and they kind of gotta like work together to like solve these cases. But like the cops in the show, they think one way about shit or whatever, and they're always wrong. And then like Will Trent kind of looks at it from a different perspective, and like he's like he can like see like the little like nuances and stuff going on. It's really really cool. It's set in Atlanta. It's a cool show. You should check it out if you got Hulu.
You ever seen Hannibal?
No.
You never seen Hannibal? It's kind of like that. Well, you have seen Hannibal. You know Hannibal is the movie, Silence of the Lambs.
Hannibal Lecter?
Yeah. So they made a TV series called Hannibal. And it was kind of ahead of its time because it came out, I think, in 2010, 2011. But bro, listen, this show is amazing. And I tell you, it's two characters on the show. You got Hannibal and you got the guy that, like you talking about, the Will Trent guy. This is a dude, he kind of sees the future and he can see stuff. And Hannibal is his psychiatrist. But they be going back and forth at each other because they're both almost as smart as each other. But it's amazing, yo. The show is amazing. And it's very bloody. So I don't know if you care about that.
I enjoyed Dexter a lot.
Oh yeah. The last season was trash. The new last season.
The new last season isn't great.
Yeah, but the first season, I could tell you everything. Yeah, the first the ice truck killer. Yeah. Dexter. So you saying the one is your favorite is the one you just said. Will Trent, and then the best you would say is In Living Color that you said.
Okay, actually, I'll take that back. I'll trade it for Dexter.
Dexter's a good pick. I'm going with Game of Thrones, greatest show of all time.
And I never watched Game of Thrones.
Not one episode?
Not even one episode.
Oh man, you don't listen. I'm gonna tell everybody the same thing, bro. If you watch it, you're gonna be upset because there's two reasons why. One of the major reasons why is because you're gonna get attached to the characters. Like I'm talking like you're gonna feel like they're a part of your life because it's a slow burn, but once it gets going, it's an obsession to understand what's gonna happen next. And every character is a main character. There's no side characters in the game. It's amazing how they did that. But every character is a main character. So on one go, you feel it. It doesn't matter if you like them or not. It's like, oh, I didn't even know. Like, I'm just going to tell you, just if you do start, just have some time on your hands. Maybe watch one episode, 2, 3, but it's from the beginning to the end. It's crazy, man. And that's probably the greatest show of all time. Man, my favorite show of all time. What's my favorite show of all time? Oh man, I got about 5.
Okay.
I got about 5. I'm just gonna name. I'll probably just name one. The Office. I can watch The Office a million times and never get tired of it. So that might be my favorite. The Office may be my favorite show of all time because I constantly watch it like it's just new. Even if I've seen the episode already, I'm still watching it again because it's written so perfectly. It's hilarious. I love The Office.
I think I've watched like it here and there. I don't think it's a bad show or anything like that. I just haven't had to really like sat down and watched it. But I probably enjoy it.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Have you watched that?
I think I've seen like an episode.
See, those are like those are what they call dry humor comedy. It's like it's not really meant to be funny, but it's actually funny. You know what I'm saying? It's like real life shit. Yeah.
I was watching this show called on Netflix called Blockbuster. It's about like the last Blockbuster store in existence. And I enjoyed that.
That just sounds funny. Like
it's got the guy that's interviewing The Rock and Young Rock. He's the main that Asian guy is the main character. One of the main characters. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I get you. You got anything else?
Yeah, so one of my last questions is okay, so describe yourself. Well, I got this question, got one more. All right, so this one, describe yourself in a few words in how you depict yourself as a wrestler and why the fans should invest in who you gonna be in the next, let me say, next year or so, because we ourselves watched you and we know you gonna be a future champ. But for somebody who has not watched you before and they're new to professional wrestling, but they like your character, describe yourself to that person and illustrate everything you could possibly say.
You know, I've actually been thinking about this a lot. I've been thinking about this a lot, and it's weird. It's weird to me that I sometimes can't like tell people exactly give like people like this exact description of my character. Because I feel like my character is one of those things that you have to experience. It's not something that I can just tell you, like, oh yeah, Alex Kane is this, and this, because you may not interpret that from my character. You may have a different interpretation. But I think the best way to kind of put my character, or like I guess where I am now as far as the description, is like a good mix of like Clubber Lang and Taz. Clubber Lang and Taz, because like
I told you remind me of Taz. I told you that before.
But like, he's the closest comparison that I can think of. Like I can talk my shit. Like I'm extremely confident. Like I know who I am in that sense. But then like also like when I'm in the ring, like you know a motherfucker can get suplex. But like other than that, you really don't know what's gonna happen. But you know it's gonna be fucking like it's gonna be some dangerous shit. So like, and it's gonna be intense also. So like that. And I feel like everybody's seen Rocky 3. And then you can look up Taz. So you can kind of put it together. But that's what I would say.
And that kind of leads me into my last question. So we already know Taz is one of your inspirations. But give me 3 other wrestlers besides Taz that inspire your character the most. And really allowed you to, you know what I'm saying, be who you be in the ring.
Number one on that list is Shelton Benjamin. And it was the influence was so heavy that when I was like before wrestling or whatever, when I was watching them, I literally changed like my name on Facebook to what my shoot name is, the gold standard, what my last name is. So yeah, like everything was like the gold standard or something. So definitely Shelton Benjamin. Randy Orton. Because when I was doing the front yard wrestling stuff, my character was Randy Orton. I was Randy Orton doing that. And then third would have to be Kurt Angle. Because the one thing that Kurt Angle kind of showed professional wrestling is, yes, I'm this Olympic gold medalist. I can probably out wrestle anybody who walks into this ring, but over here, I actually have a personality, and I'm going to use this because this leads me into a lot of guys get caught up in, I gotta look amazing, I gotta have this really cool character. But sometimes people's characters don't have personalities; they just look cool and they do cool moves. And like being able to inject a personality into your character or a personality into your character, that is what allows people. That is what allows people to invest in you, and to invest in whatever storylines you have going on. So if you don't have that personality, that charisma about yourself, and I don't know if charisma's. I've always told charisma is one of those things that you can't teach. It's either there. Or it's not there. If it's not there, you gotta compensate with other shit. But like, if you can't engage with the people watching and they don't believe, what they don't believe in what you're about to do or whatever, or what you're trying to present, then you can have all the abs. You can have 14 abs on your fucking stomach. It's not. You're not going to be that guy.
Yeah. I got one more before we get out of here. What is your dream match?
Shelton Benjamin. Okay. I want to wrestle him, and I also want to meet him. And I hope that the day that I do meet him, he is everything I think he's going to be. As far as a person, and that like I'm not disappointed when I do meet him. Like he's not like some kind of like asshole or something or a dick. But yeah, that's my dream match, and I do hope to meet him one day. I hope he doesn't think I'm weird.
Yeah, I was going to ask you this same question, but you jumped in real fast. So we all know you were. Well, the same question would be, and not including yourself. What would your dream match you would like to see?
Not including myself, a dream match I would like to see.
It could be from past and present. It don't matter what it is. I just curious.
Man, I want to see fucking EJ and Duka versus O'Shea Edwards. That's what I want to fucking see.
Okay.
You know O'Shea Edwards? You should look up O'Shea Edwards.
I know who you're talking about in EJ and Duka.
You need to get educated. He was in STP with Shane Taylor.
Yeah, I need to look him up. I'm a little more. Some people I'm not really like into some of the.
Yeah,
people. It's a lot of wrestlers.
They're both are phenomenal, man. Yeah. I mean, EJ and Duka, Niger all day, Nigeria. I mean, and one guy that's in the Boombaye Fight Club with you guys. I forgot his name, but I know he's Nigerian too. You know what I mean? I'm Nigerian, so I try to follow all the wrestlers that come from that background. So he was carrying the Opera Cup in one of y'all promos going into the ring. Isn't he Nigerian?
I don't know. I mean, one guy that was carrying the Opera Cup going to the ring was O'Shea, but I don't think he's Nigerian. I don't think Thomas is Nigerian either. He might be.
He got the headband. He had the headband. Big. He was on AEW a few times. He actually wrestled against Billy Gunn like once or twice. And it was once in a one-on-one match, and it was another time in a tag match. And both times I seen him come into the ring with the Nigerian garb. So I was like curious. So I knew when I figured I'll ask you. I mean, is he Nigerian?
I'm still trying to figure out what you're talking about.
I forgot his name. I would have to get his picture then and send you like, yo, this because he's in your group with you. That's how.
I had Myron, but Myron's gone now. And then I have Mr. Thomas. Those are the only two people that have ever been members of the Blue Man Fight Club. I've had like what I would call cheerleaders at one point or whatever out there holding the signs and stuff like that. But I wouldn't have thought any of them were Nigerian.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the picture, then you'll know who I'm talking about. But yeah, I tried, like I said, I try to find all the Nigerian wrestlers that are in, like Apollo Crews and all these guys that I knew that are from Nigeria. I try to follow them and keep up. You know what I'm saying? Just to,
that's really cool.
Yeah, like I like all the Nigerian wrestlers, because Nigeria don't breed professional wrestlers. Like we just started having professional wrestlers maybe like a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like Moose, Apollo Crews. Kofi.
I didn't know Moose was Nigerian.
Yeah, Moose, Apollo Crews. Kofi's from Ghana, but that's like 30 minutes away from Nigeria if you're flying. So. You know what I mean? I try to like keep up with all the African wrestlers. That's like my thing. Like, yo, cheer for all of them. You know what I mean? So,
that's dope.
Yeah.
Hey, man, listen, man. Combat Konvo, it's great to have you on, brother. Really appreciate you, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Tell everybody where they can find you at, man, so we could put you on.
You can follow me on Twitter at Alex_Kane11. I am funny. I post me suplexing people. I post my promos, which are getting really, really good. And I just try to have a good time on there. Instagram, I post pictures sometimes. I also post promos on there. You can follow me on TikTok. Again, I'm funny. I try to drop knowledge and stuff like that on there if I can. And I also try to put people in their place.
Hey. Where you from, man? Where you
I was born in Gainesville, Georgia. I was born in Grady Memorial. But I grew up in Boca Raton, Florida, and in Villa Rica, Georgia, which is like west of Atlanta. West of Atlanta. So I grew up in kind of like a multicultural area in Boca Raton, Florida, and then I really grew up in like the sticks of Georgia. So
all right, where you reside now? Yeah.
I live in Decatur, like North Druid Hills area, so it's like a little bit nicer of an area. But there's still a nice balance of people.
Hey.
You can find me TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. My merchandise is on MLWshop.com, which is essentially pro wrestling tees, but it's still MLWshop.com, and BrainbusterTees.com. I have lots of cool shirt designs, like the shirt that my man is wearing right here. That's on MLW Shop right there.
Boombaye.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. You got anything else?
No, I'm good.
Hey, man, it's great having you on, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you for having me.
Hey.
You guys, have a good night.
Take care.